Okay guys, Shannon here. Wanted to show you my homemade dispatch pole that I had made. And when I came up with the thought of making this, I only actually had to purchase one thing that I did not have, which was the syringe and needle, hypodermic needle. And what I bought was, I bought three, yeah, that's three, that's not three. Three 35cc syringes with 16 gauge, 1.5 inch hypodermic needle. Okay. Now, what I used for my pole for this syringe to slip in was I had an old garage in a box that I had to tear down, and I used those poles as my pole for the syringe to slip into. But in order to get this syringe, which is just under an inch in diameter, to fit inside the tapered end of my pole, I had to first cut out these wings here, and then I took a palm sander and just kept going around it, around it, until it was the same diameter as the cylinder itself. And that allowed it to fit right inside here, snug. I didn't need, and you don't need, for this whole thing to slip inside there, and I'll show you why. One is if you're using the same things I have, which understandably most of you don't, so you'd have to improvise, but I'm just showing you how I did it. If you try to push this thing in, you're gonna end up damaging it. Something would happen. So you just fit it in there. Just get in there enough snug. I mean, the one I have in here isn't going anywhere. And before you stick this in to the pipe, I also have 3/4 inch PVC that I use to push my plunger. And now before you can fit this is just a little small cutout, of a piece of PVC that I use. But you have to take, and you have to do the same thing with the sander. You have to sand around that thing until it, until it fits snug inside this pipe. Alright? So what that is going to allow, and I cut that 10-foot section of PVC to 8 feet long. Alright? And so once that was done, I stuck, you'll notice, of course I'm very limited space here, so it's a little difficult. And like I said, you don't need to stick that in very far. It'll fit. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I used 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of that tubing, and then all I did, actually I had the plunger already inside the syringe, and I just stuck that 8-foot section of PVC into there and fished around until I found the head of that plunger, and it just popped right in. And you'll notice that it's get a picture of the syringe. Now when I pull out on the PVC, there you go, and it's ready to be. You can load it this way. I mean, I can actually take the pipe sections off, so you didn't have to you don't have to worry about dipping, you know, this long old pole into something to get fill your syringe up with acetone. And like I said, it'll stop, and that's from the manufacturer. It'll give you a place to stop, and then when you just want to use it, you let the animal smell the needle. Of course, I don't have the needle on it. Oh, I almost forgot. What I also use, I have a protector here, so that way if the animal, if you're dispatching a larger size animal, you don't want the animal to come back and bite your syringe. So I cut another piece, short piece off, and I slip it on over here. And that comes just to the end. Just to the end, so that protects it. And all you do is once you get to a point where you can insert the needle into the animal, you do such, and then you just push it, and you're done. And you just wait for the animal to be dispatched. But this is a very, I don't know, crude but easy, very effective pole, and I'm really excited to give it a try. And like I said, this can come off, so that way you can tell that this pipe syringe is not fitting snug. But take that protector off, so that way you can see that it's being filled up. And like I was explaining before, you can take these sections off, like I said. I'll do it for you. And I guess listen, the average, I guess the size they typically say you should have is 8 feet. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I think that's what a manufacturer of a skunk pole, dispatch pole, the measurements they use. And like I said, so that way, see, now I don't have this long pole I have to get in. I got that. Just stick it into whatever, your acetone, and you have it. That's all there is to it. And of course I didn't put the needle on, but very simple design. And I hope that you've learned something. And you can take this and maybe, if you're lucky enough, have some of these poles kicking around, or find something else that might work, and do what I did. Alright? Thank you for your time, and enjoy.